How's it going, guys? Josue back again with another video on Himi Raw. And in my hands right now, as you can see, I have the Moto Z3. Not the Moto Z3 Play, but the Moto Z3, which is an exclusive to Verizon this year. Coming up at $480, which is a very nice price point, which is really the most attractive thing about it for me, really was the price. Because, you know, I used to do a lot of tech videos. I used to be really into phones. I'm still into phones, but I've taken a little bit of a break from that, and I've been doing a lot of inner work and inner searching. If you have followed my other channel, you know I am Josue Hear Me Raw. I do a lot about spirituality, self-love, self-help, and all that good stuff, and building community, eating healthier, making lifestyle changes. So it took me away from technology for a little bit, and I haven't really been focused on phones too much. In fact, I was using the S7 Edge before this, which this, oh my goodness, is so much better than the S7 Edge. Before I was using this one, the Moto Z, which took a lot of damage. I did not put a case on this or anything. I didn't even have a bumper case for it. I just kind of used it as is, and it took a hell of a beating, and it was really still kicking until it took some water damage. Now, I believe someone, I forget, I think their YouTube channel is iTech TV, something like that. They've done some water testing on this phone, and it's lasted a long time underwater. It's not water resistant, it just has it's splash proof. But apparently the Moto Z3 is able to stay underwater for quite some time, but this did not do so well underwater. But at the same time, when I dropped it in water, it also had the cracks in the screen as well. So yeah, this can't see it, but the screen is cracked here. A little message back here says fish. Let's see if I can get this to zoom in here. There you go. Fish are friends, not food. Go vegan. Gotta drop that in there. Yes. But yeah, so just show you a little size comparison between the two. As you can see, it's probably gonna be about the same size, because they have to be in order to fit the mods. Same camera placement, same mod placement, things like that. But something that changed that I'm not too big of a fan of is the fact that the power button that used to be alongside with the volume buttons here is now on the opposite side, which is taking some getting used to. I don't really like it. It wouldn't be that big of an issue for me, but the fact that you used to be able to unlock the phone and lock the phone with the power button, for some reason they have gotten rid of that feature on the new one, which is unfortunate. So I can unlock it with the fingerprint sensor, which is now on the side, which is a beautiful placement, because now you have a lot more screen real estate. But you can't lock it with that. So I've taken the liberty of installing an app, so I can actually just double tap my screen here to have it go off. I'll show how I did that on a different video, but it's a combination of Lenovo Launcher and another app. But yeah, so that's one of the differences there. So that's taking some getting used to having to have the power button somewhere else. So, and another thing, of course, as you can see in the front here on this one, is a front-facing flash. No front-facing flash on this one, which is very sad. But I'm happy to say that the front-facing camera is epic. It's an 8 megapixel, takes beautiful pictures. So that's very nice. Still have a front-facing speaker, which is very nice as well. As you can see, yeah, the fingerprint sensor is very fast on this. Top is pretty much similar. SD card goes in the same spot as the SIM tray or SIM card. And bottom, no headphone jack at all here. You still got the Moto display. You got all the Motorola actions, which are nice. So yeah, I'll talk about my experience with the phone so far, and I'm really liking it. The camera, I haven't really taken a lot of time with the camera, but look at all these features. There's a lot of features to get into, and I'm not gonna get into them on this video, but so far the camera is pretty epic. I haven't played around with it too much, but what I have done, which I recommend, is actually getting the Google camera installed on here, because you can get it to work. You can get it with HDR, portrait mode, and everything, which is nice. So the portrait mode and the HDR plus on the Google camera is just so much better. So that shows that Motorola and Lenovo have some work to do in the software department. If they can get their software right, people won't be complaining about their cameras anymore. But of course the main camera has things like spot colors, cinematograph, and things like that, which we can get into in a later video. But all in all, Really just want to give you guys my impressions on the phone so far, and I must say I love it. It is very nice and snappy. That same channel that I talked about that did the water testing video, they also did videos, speed test videos, and this was able to keep up with the S9, and in fact it beat the S9 in a lot of tests. And you know, you gotta realize, of course it's gonna do that, because you know, rather than maybe it might not handle games as well, but most likely I believe that it will, because this is a 1080p display. It's a 1080p display with the Snapdragon 835, the flagship from last year. So still a very powerhouse. It's not a big noticeable difference between the 835 and 845. And then you have Motorola's clean software. Motorola's always been very good at, you know, bringing you a freaking amazing experience, software experience, even without the latest specs. You look back at the days of the Moto X when they first came out with that, like, everyone was like, oh, it's a dual core phone, it's not going to be good, but it was one of the fastest, smoothest phones experience that you got out there. And with the with that processor and the 720p display, it also gave great battery life as well. So battery life is amazing on this so far. And yeah, with the 1080p display, powerful processor, you're getting smooth graphics, you're getting yeah, games. I haven't played many games on here yet, but the games are working very well. I really have no complaints. What else there's to say? But yeah, like I said, the main thing I don't really like is the fact that I can no longer turn the screen off with this. If Motorola, if you're listening, Lenovo, you're watching, people, go comment on the Lenovo forums, be like, hey, let's get that feature back, because if I can turn it off here once again, I'll be very happy. That little this is like a little bit too much, but yeah, definitely do that. Yeah, it's very fast, very smooth. It's a beautiful phone. I mean, look at this. It's a very beautiful phone. Of course, on this one, it was mainly glass at the top and the bottom, so definitely get a case for this. People have been saying that their Moto Z3, apparently maybe it's scratching. You know, they're getting scratches on it and things like that. So definitely you want to get a case for this. I've been using it with this mostly. This Incipio shell mod that I have. Oh yeah, it does not come with a shell in the box, so definitely use, like, there's apps like Let Go and OfferUp and eBay and things like that. People are selling their old mods for cheap, so you can probably get a style mod for pretty cheap, get a battery mod for pretty cheap. As you can see, the mods work. You know, that's amazing. 3 years. I think this is just amazing, man. That Motorola did this. It's so sad that, you know, they're not getting as much praise for being able to do this. You know, LG tried to do the mod thing and they failed. I think Essential tried to do the mod thing and they failed, but Motorola and Lenovo did it and they kept it. They kept their promise, and these mods are pretty amazing. They changed the way that, you know, I use a phone. Also too, Verizon does have a bumper, so I'll do a video on this bumper later, because this video is actually getting pretty long already. But there is a bumper for the Z3 already, so this will work for the Z3 and Z3 Play. So if you have the Z3 Play and you cannot find a bumper, just go to a Verizon store or call them and find out to see if they have the Moto Z3 bumper. Same body, so the cases will work for both phones. Same thing for the Z3 owners. If you're looking for a Z3 case, any Z3 Play case will work for your Z3. So we have a lot of case options available, which is pretty nice already. Yeah, so this is just really my initial thoughts. Like I said, it's a beautiful phone. It's very nice and smooth. Feels really, really good in the hands. It is a fingerprint magnet, but not too much. I think they did a pretty good job with the coating on this. As long as you just keep your hands pretty clean. I haven't really had to clean it too much. Not using a screen protector on it yet. As you can see, it's not like catching too many fingerprints. So it's very nicely built phone. Motorola, you know, they've always done a good job with their build quality, and this is no different here with the Moto Z3 at all. So this phone is not getting a lot of hype, but you know, and taking that break from the technology world and dealing with more real life stuff and just day-to-day things and talking to people, connecting with people, I'm realizing, man, we are spending too much money on phones. You know, we're spending too much money on phones. You know, this phone right here, for this, you can get 2 phones and still have money left over. You can get 2 Z3s and have money left over Instead of buying one iPhone X, which is like mad expensive, which is over $1,000. People are spending over $1,000 on phones, and for what? What are they getting? Most of the people that I've met that have gotten the iPhone X, they're saying they spent too much money because they can't see, at a certain point, like what more are you getting? How much faster is it? How much better is it at taking pictures and things like that? In fact, I had someone that had an iPhone X, and they saw this phone, and they were blown away by it, especially by the front camera too. So yeah, like, we don't need to be spending so much money on phones. So I'm kind of glad that this phone exists at this price range. And for Verizon customers, if only people would understand that we really should be spending less money on phones and more money on things that truly matter. Because we're spending all this money, we're using all these resources to do all these things, but how much more forward are we really going? And the average person doesn't need to spend that much money on a device, and we're getting pressure to be consumers, to consume so much, and we need to consume less. We need to be aware of what we're doing. So, and I think Motorola is great at that because they're providing so many phones at good prices that are giving you good experiences. And you look at the mods, I think the mods are very good as well, because now you have accessories. These accessories lasted 3 years. I got this accessory 2 years ago and I can still use it. You can't say that for a lot of phones, You can't. You really cannot, because like I say, a battery case for an iPhone is only good for maybe 2 years. But even iPhone's been switching their designs a lot. For any other phone, that case is obsolete. You upgrade the next year. So there's a lot of good things that Motorola is doing that they're not getting a lot of credit for. So I guess I'm back to kind of speak on that. Yes, this phone's not like as exciting as the other phones and things like that, but there's a lot of beautiful things about this phone. So I'm gonna dig more into it. I'm gonna spend more time with it. But so far, I'm really digging this phone. And if you have this phone, let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you think about this video. And yeah, I'm running out of time on this, but yeah, if you have any questions about the Moto Z3, things you'd like for me to go over, hit me up in the comment section below. Alright guys, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Yeah, never gets old. Peace.